Scott,
Truman.
how's it going?
Good, bud. How are you?
Oh, good. Survived the week?
Yeah, I did.
Any holiday shopping done? I know we did our last episode on Black Friday, but there's always the Cyber Monday and stuff like that, and those sales run longer and longer. Black Friday sales start at the beginning of the month now, anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you getting your shopping done?
A little bit. And yourself?
Oh, a tad. I did more shopping for me.
Right.
I smart homed my house a little more. Added some more Google Minis. Got some smart light bulbs on the way. The lazier I can get, the better. That's the best.
Perfect. Well, that's pretty on brand, buddy.
Oh, welcome everybody into another episode of Steehn versus Machine. We're looking at NFL Week 13. We'll recap our Week 12 picks. I did pretty good. Scott has also did some picks, and then we'll get into this week's picks. So let's get into it. How about it?
Okay.
Well, Scott, taking a look at the picks, you had a tough one. You had a tough run at it, and you were close on a lot of them. And trust me, I had one of those years to start the season where everything was close. I felt like I could not buy a win at times. Anytime anything came down to the wire, it was close. You lost the Las Vegas Atlanta game. You had the over 53. That got up to 49. And if the Raiders laid an absolute goose egg, if the Raiders showed up halfway to what they normally were, you're probably over there. But of course they did whatever the hell that was. The Bengals made a late push on the Giants, scored with, I don't know, what was it, 30 seconds left maybe?
Yes.
And then missed the 2-point conversion. That would have, hopefully got you to overtime for the push or whatever.
Right.
So you lose the Giants -6 there as they hold on to win 19-17. Carolina, Minnesota, you had the under there. Of course, Minnesota comes raging back and scores late. That some of that Kirk Cousins non-prime time magic gets to push that total to 55 at 28-27 over Carolina. The Colts -3. Again, the Colts just didn't get off the bus. I don't know what it was there.
No,
and trust me, this is something that made me upset too. I had the Colts. I had an 8-way. I on my Twitter, this CG Sports RWTM. I release my noon NFL parlay every week. So at the start of the NFL day, I tweet out my noon parlay. Last week, it ended up there was 8 noon games. I picked 8 noon games, and I hit 7 of them. I hit 7 of the money lines. Of course, Indianapolis, the one team I thought I could rely on, the almost the most sure thing I felt about that whole parlay, did not hit. The odds on that were, I believe, plus 4,800 or something along those lines. So
right.
I bet $7 I would have won. It was like 330 or 340. So that's all right. I'm fine. But on the one that it was very unexpected and looked bad from the beginning. I think your 4 picks that lost looked great until the end, and then the pick you won looked terrible at the beginning as the Chiefs jumped off to a very fast start against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but ended up kind of fizzling out there in the second half. Tampa Bay rallied, but not well enough, and the game ended up 27-24. So you were at 51 there, and you had the under 56. So that was a win. Just sweating that last drive by Kansas City a bit, just hoping they were going to run out the clock instead of take it down and score.
They all came down except for the one horrible pick. They all came down to the last minute, and the last couple minutes. So yeah, it's frustrating when you're not missing far.
Right.
Sometimes it's easier to just take a serious beating and just move on with your life, but not so much. That's not the way that was meant to be. So
well, and then in win and loss and luck, I kind of had the inverse kind of week that you had. I had the Saints -6 was the pick on the show. Obviously, they disqualified all of Denver's quarterbacks for the game, so they had to start a wide receiver. So that line ended up getting changed to -16. And I don't know. I think I probably would have honored it up to -16 because it might have been a situation where they might void some tickets there at -6 if the situation changes that drastically.
Right.
But the line changed in -16, but that was still a W. So, I guess really no harm, no foul there.
No, it's when you get it. You know,
Yeah,
they don't void those tickets.
no,
Those
no,
tickets are not going to get voided unless that game doesn't get played.
fair enough, fair enough. That's
So yeah, that's you're golden. That's you picked up a you beat a 10-point line move there, bud.
um, and then I had the Patriots money line. That game looked awful, and then all of a sudden it was okay. They won over. They won in overtime with a kick, with a field goal to win it. Um, Obviously, Patriots win the money line at plus 105. Great. Packers minus 9.5. Just absolutely stomped the Chicago Bears. Chicago without Nakeem Hicks is a huge problem for them, and be interested to see how that continues to affect them. And if we see the COVID push, if we see the coronavirus continue to kind of take hold in the NFL and cause problems with scheduling, there's always the opportunity that they add the Week 18, or that we see the playoff field get pushed to 8 teams, which would be where your Chicago Bears are at right now, fighting. I know the Minnesota Vikings are right there. We're talking, I think Atlanta's close. I think they're at 4 wins. And
Yeah.
Minnesota's at 5, along with Chicago. So very interesting scenario there. If they end up adding the eighth playoff team, it's not as interesting on the AFC side, but because you're getting a much more quality team on the AFC side, not important. But the Packers did end up beating the crap out of the Chicago Bears there. Raiders -3. That was worst pick of the day. They were missing a lot of their offense, and I guess I had missed that news where they were missing. I know Trent Brown was out and a few other key offensive guys. So, not great there. And then the Bills -4, which was the craziest ending, one of the craziest Vegas endings to a game all year, where Los Angeles Chargers are at the 40 or 50 yard line. It's 4th and 10. They throw the ball up. It gets caught on the 3-yard line. There's obvious offensive pass interference. They call it back. It's 4th and 25. They run pretty much the same play. They Hail Mary it to about the 8-yard line. The guy catches it clean this time, and there's like 10 seconds left, and then they run the ball twice inexplicably and then don't spike it, and it was an insane series of events down there but I don't care. The Bills are up 10. That would have probably got it down to 3, which wouldn't have cashed because I had the Bills -4. So I don't care how Anthony Lynn did it, but he's broken my hearts plenty of weeks. He owed me one. This was the one he owed me. So
Well, and of course that cost us. We had the total there on the premium. That cost us a push on that they were unable to get it into the end zone. Or maybe they'd have gone for 2, just like the idiot Philadelphia Eagles did to cost us that one. So
yeah, I thought there was a possibility that maybe we see them kick a field goal, as you see sometimes those coaches where they need the field goal and the touchdown, they'll just go and kick the field goal while they're there.
right.
Then you can save as much time. But maybe if you're already down at the 3, you try to go score the touchdown. But Anthony Lynn. So
Not one of your deep thinkers there, the Anthony Lynn. So
nope, I'm not sure he's going to survive this season, but that'll be interesting. Again, outside of all the things we're talking about, so let's cover the records for the previous week and up to this. Again, a tough week. But yeah, -352. You're 1-4. Brings the season record down to -201. You're still positive on the record, 31, 30, and 1. But just a tough few weeks here lately.
Yep.
But you're always one good week away, right? That's the gambler's promise, the gambler's prayer.
Double up the catch-up, man.
And I had a great week. I was 4-1. I was plus 295. That brings me up to -150 at 29, 31, and 2. So this is one of those interesting things where I've caught you. Again, this is where I wanted to catch you. I wanted to catch you when you were up at plus 450. But
Right.
For me and you, I think, my model gets better the more information we get as the season continues. Your information gets better. You can spot more trends and stuff. So
You'd think.
So things get hopefully a little easier as we go down the stretch here. So I don't expect either of us to finish up too bad. But this is an interesting thing where I'm 29, 31, and 2. But so I'm a negative win-loss record, but I'm netting technically more than you. Even though you're a positive win-loss record. So I think it's just money lines and stuff like that and betting some interesting odds. But, obviously I've hit on a few crazy money lines. I hit that New York Giants money line a few weeks back. I hit on the Patriots money line. I've had some good money line bets, and they're paying off for me.
Yep. Absolutely. And the algorithm seems like it's evening out and getting you some good plays. So
Honing in. Yeah, I think I sent you the text that over the last 3 weeks, because I get picks outside the spreadsheet. So if you want more picks other than these five, I have even more picks that the spreadsheet gives me. I post them on www.rollingwiththemachine.com. Easy plug there. Um, but for the last 3 weeks, the machine has been plus 660. So over the last 3 weeks, so pretty good. Averaging about 2 units a return a week. So can't complain about that.
right, yeah, not bad at all.
But as the saying goes, the show must go on. Let's get into the next week, huh? Sorry, you're on my show, so losers will walk again.
All
Again,
right, good enough.
if you win this week, we're not having a show next week. I'll have you know. I'll come up with some excuse as to not have it.
Fair enough. I've got the. I'll start off with the first game on the in the rotation. That is the Lions at the Bears. Bears minus the 3 points. Not much to like about this Lions team right now. Dreadful defense, banged up on offense. Stafford's dealing with a sore thumb. He's gonna play because what else is he gonna do? DeAndre Swift sat out last game with a concussion. Now he's got an illness. He did not practice today. It looks like if he plays at all, he's going to have a greatly diminished role in that offense. And it looks like Kenny Galladay, last I saw, was trending out. I don't know if he's officially out now, but he is certainly headed that direction. So that's a Detroit team where they're either missing. Galladay is officially out, so that where they're missing their top receiver and their quarterback and top running back are banged up. You don't need any help not to score against the Chicago Bears. Bears dreadful on offense, but they're going to be able to do enough. They're going to have enough opportunities because this Detroit offense is going to be impotent. So I'll take the Bears minus the 3.
I don't hate it. They're sorry, I want to get this number right. They're 9-7 when the game has the line from +3 to -3 under Matt Nagy in these last 3 seasons. So that obviously playing in there. Again, the question will be, can they get it done without Akeem Hicks, as they've been able to struggle? But this is a Detroit Lions team that has been bad. So I don't hate the pick. I love it. My first pick here is.
By the way, Hicks has not been ruled out.
Hicks hasn't been ruled out yet.
He has not been ruled out.
Oh, sorry. They've been very poor without him. So,
Yeah, he's still officially questionable.
Okay, well, if he plays that week, that's obviously huge, and we could see, and if Keem Hicks is confirmed in, again, a line that you could see shift, and so my first pick of the week is we'll stay in the AFC North. I have the Packers -8.5 against those dreadful Philadelphia Eagles. Just an awful team up there in Philly. Packers, surging as of late, been able to string together a few wins. Don't look like that. Haven't had many reminiscences of those teams that. Reminiscence of that team that lost to the 49ers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or did they didn't drop one to the 49ers. Am I making that up?
They did in the playoffs.
Yeah, but yeah. But Green Bay's hitting their stride. The Eagles are, well, what's the opposite of hitting your stride?
The Eagles
playing in the NFC East. Yeah, exactly. So I like the Packers here to cover the 8.5 against Philly. I think they're gonna blow them out. I don't think this will be a game, especially when it's in Green Bay, and we know how bad the NFC East teams have been on the road. But So yeah, that'll be my first pick.
All right, very good. I don't hate that a bit. I think that's a solid play, and I did pick that on my show where we pick every game. I did like the Packers there, so nice. Solid. Take another short favorite here as the Colts go to Houston to take on the Texans. Colts minus the 3. There's just too many pieces missing for this Texans team. Deshaun Watson, certainly can't question his talent or his drive, but with Fuller suspended, Cobb is out. Running backs are down to Duke Johnson, Buddy Howell, and Scotty Phillips. And if that weren't bad enough, the defense is still awful. So I'll take the Colts. I'll take the Colts in a rebound spot here, just laying 3. And actually, there's been some inexplicably there's been some Texans money that has come in on this. I don't see it. I think the Colts. The defense has struggled lately, but this is a good team for your defense to get well against. Give me the Colts -3.
I like it. The Colts Colts positive against the spread this year at 6-5. Houston's negative at 4-7, and just like you said, they're missing a lot of pieces, and it'll be interesting to see how much more anemic the Houston offense looks with the loss of Will Fuller to suspension. I like it.
Yeah. All
My
right.
my second pick of the week is actually the Chiefs minus 13.5 versus this Denver team. Uh, you know, obviously Denver didn't get play with any quarterbacks this previous week. We expect them to have them back as Denver. All the quarterbacks ended up testing negative after that whole thing. But with a lot of this stuff going around, it is much better to be safe than sorry. Hats off to the NFL for making a tough call. And a lot of people might have complained that it didn't get pushed like the Ravens game, but it's plain simple, guys. Denver ain't making the playoffs. This Denver team doesn't get a lot of and the Ravens Baltimore game or the Baltimore Pittsburgh game got pushed for a lot of other reasons other than just the quarterbacks, just people not testing well. So, but yeah, I expect this Denver team. Even when they do have healthy quarterbacks, they're not playing well. They lost by I want to say it was 27. I want to say it was 43-16 earlier this year against the Chiefs when it was in Denver. And I don't expect it to get any better when they come to Kansas City here. Give me the Chiefs minus 13.5 this week against Denver.
All right. I think that's solid. I made the same pick myself on the show. My third pick for this one is going to be the Raiders and the Jets. I'm going to take the over 46.5. I was just making sure that number hadn't gone up. No, it is stabilized at 46.5. And I think this is a situation where Raiders are definitely going to be missing some guys. They're going to miss it. They're going to be missing Josh Jacobs. They're going to be missing Collins. They're going to be missing Jonathan Abram. But it's going to force them. It's going to force them to throw the ball, and I think they're going to be able to air it out against a pretty bad Jets defense. Now, the thing that I like about this is the Jets. They don't have anybody to run the ball. They've got 107-year-old Frank Gore, and P. Ryan is on the injured reserve, so he's out. They're down to Frank Gore, Ty Johnson, and Josh Adams. So what the Jets actually do have, are three very good wide receivers in Jamison Crowder, Perriman, and Denzel Mims, the rookie. And I like this receiving core. Darnold's going to start. I kind of wish it was Flacco instead, but Darnold is going to start. I think we're going to have a lot of balls in the air. I think we're going to score some points in this one. Raiders are going to probably have to do most of the heavy lifting, but I think the Jets can. I think the Jets can put up 17-21 and get us to that total over the 46.5.
Well, yeah, and obviously the Raiders have been able to play down to some of their inferior teams this year, as we just saw them get rushed by the Atlanta Falcons. So there's a chance that this turns into a shootout of two bad teams. But I don't hate it. Over, and Oakland's been over more often than not this year. I think they're 6-5, or no, they're 8-3 on the over.
8-3 to the over. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you have a pretty good offense and a terrible defense.
Yep. I like it.
You get a lot of overs. So
sounds good.
All right.
For my third pick of the week, I have the Cardinals money line over the Los Angeles Rams. Again, this is just one of those where like we said, I've made a lot of my progress here betting money lines this year. I've made it's turned out well for me, and when the spreadsheet gives me the money line, I like it. And honestly, it feels like a lot of these games have been in the Arizona Cardinals games. Like I had the Arizona Cardinals over the Seattle Seahawks a few weeks ago when they hit that money line. I had New England over the Arizona this past week. It's been an odd little trend, but I don't know what it is, but the spreadsheet seems to like Arizona here over these Los Angeles Rams. They get to come back home after that loss at the Patriots. And, just kind of a crappy game overall. I think it'd be interesting to see if Kyler Murray can bounce back. And, this is an NFC West that isn't totally out of the picture for the Cardinals, and they can certainly ruin the Rams' chances here. Obviously, Seattle got to move a game ahead of the Los Angeles Rams last week. But no matter what, I do like the Cardinals' money line at plus 125 here.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how healthy Murray is right now. That's my only concern for this game. I went the other way on this one, but I think the defense clamps down for the Rams. But it was a small lean. So yeah, I don't hate that play. I think you've got a chance. A certainly good Cardinals offense there. They can get on track against a tough Rams defense. They certainly could have a shot.
Yeah.
My next pick is going to be the Saints Falcons under. And man, you never thought you'd see that, but it's going to be a situation where the Saints with Taysom Hill, they're going to pound the run. It's going to be a steady dose of Kamara. It's going to be a steady dose of Hill. Falcons actually playing better defense, giving up just 23.3 points over their last 7, which is a marked improvement
Real quick,
over how they started the season. What's that?
You did send me Saints -2.5.
Oh, I sent you the wrong one. I'm sorry, bud.
No, that's right. You want to change it to the under?
You know what?
You've already done your breakdown.
Yeah, I'll take it. It was really a hard play, a hard decision on this one, because I do think the Saints take care of business. I do have the Saints picked as -2.5. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. That's fine.
Take the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
As the Falcons win 21-20, that's terrific.
Yeah, of course it will go under, and then yeah, it'll be fiasco. But okay, sorry. I just wanted to let you know before you got too deep into it.
Yeah, see, it's on my sheet here. I've got both of them highlighted, and I make a notation by which one I want to share with you, and I just totally disregarded that notation. So that's on me. All right.
All right. But I still like the Saints -2.5. It's been interesting with Taysom Hill here, filling in for Drew Brees. Is there any timeline on Drew Brees' return?
I haven't heard.
I just haven't.
Originally, they said they thought they'd have him back for the end of the season, but I haven't seen any updates on that.
I mean, if they've been able to make work of they've been able to put work in here in the NFC South. I don't know why you would rush a Drew Brees back. With teams that aren't challenging them. They've got a 2.5 game lead in the NFC South there. I don't know why you'd rush Drew Brees back at all.
No reason at all. No reason at all.
Yeah, 2.5 to 5 to play. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you got?
Hey, wow, this is interesting. As we've got different lines here. I actually have that Saints game at -3. You want to double check this? I checked it earlier. I guess I forgot to change yours. I did change mine.
I still got it at 2.5.
You got 2.5. All right, cool. Well, even better for me.
2.5 -116.
All right. Well, even better for me. I'll keep it at 2. I'll change mine from -3 to 2.5. I also have the Saints -2.5. Just like we said, this Saints team has been able to make do. They're playing bad teams since Taysom Hill's been in, but they've been able to take care of their work. Their defense and Alvin Kamara is shouldering a lot of the load. They're not having too difficult a time. I like them to take care of business down there in Atlanta. And, it'll be interesting to see what happens to Taysom Hill when they run into the Kansas City Chiefs buzzsaw. But in here, I do like the Saints -2.5.
Yeah, and for the record, if anybody's listening and making a decision, I do like the under in that game. Obviously,
yeah,
I think the under in that game is a very good play as well.
Right, because it's the defense and Kamara that's taking care of the work.
Right, exactly. All right, so for my last pick here, we're gonna go with. Oh God, I'm gonna take Anthony Lynn over Bill Belichick. But that's okay because I'm not getting any points.
They just got to win. Just win, baby.
I've got the Chargers pick 'em against New England. That game is in Los Angeles. Newton's banged up. He should go, but we'll see how he holds up against that pretty good pass rush there between Ingram and Bosa there for the Chargers. We'll be curious to see how he does. The Chargers, they can be beat, but you got to beat them through the air. That's not really what New England does. I think the Chargers jump up, play the game that they should. They've got Eckler back, and they've got the quarterback is having a mighty fine season, almost running away with the offensive rookie of the year. So I will. I'll take the Chargers.
All right. I love them more if they had points. Obviously, I told you last week, up until their Bills lost last week, there's only 3 teams in the NFL that hadn't lost by more than a possession. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, who lost by 8 to the Raiders, and the Los Angeles Chargers. So as as bad as their 3-8 record looks, I mean, their biggest loss of the year is by 10 points. That sucks,
Yeah.
But, looking at you, Anthony Lynn.
Wonder where he's going to be a coordinator next season.
To wrap up my picks for the week, in my fifth slot. Oh, I forgot I wrote this down. I have the Chargers pick them as well.
Oh, nice. Outstanding.
They took care of business against the last AFC East team they faced, so that's some good news there. It might have been the Jets, but hey, they were the AFC East. So, maybe the Patriots riding a little high, maybe Vegas riding the Patriots a little high since after they knocked off the Kyler Murray and the Cardinals last week. But this is a Patriots team that has been a shell of itself over pretty much the entire season, and you really never know what you're going to get. They could drop an absolute egg against the Chargers here, and I think it's very possible, and I think Anthony Lynn could very easily take care of business. So yeah, I like the Chargers pick 'em for my fifth and final pick of the week. Me and you, ride or die, Anthony Lynn forever.
Yeah,
he came through for me last week. You know what? I bet he comes through for me this week as well.
All right, very good. I'm all about the Anthony Lynn this week.
Yeah. He restored all my trust by blowing against the Bills last week. So you know what? I'll bet on him. I'll give him a little treat. I'm betting on Anthony Lynn as a treat.
I'm sure he appreciates the vote of confidence from both of us, Truman.
Yeah, that's where he's looking for the vote of confidence from, for sure.
Well, that's about all he's going to get, I think.
Yeah. Scott,
all right.
I appreciate you making time in your busy schedule, as always, doing your work over there at Winners and Winers, or picking up food for dinner,
Yeah.
Running around always.
It's always something. Make sure you check me out at Winners and Winers over on our YouTube channel. That's where I do the bulk of my work, dropping, 2 or 3 videos a day. So make sure you get over there and check that out. We do a little show called Today in Sports Betting every day, and I do drop my free play of the day every day. And if you're looking for premium picks, you can stop by winnersandwiners.com, which you ought to be doing anyway for all your handicapping needs. Click on the experts link, follow them, and you can pick up my premium picks daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do. Happy to have you as part of the team.
Love it. Of course, I've been Truman Steehn. You can find me at twitch.tv or Twitter/SteehnMachine. Also, Twitter/CG Sports RWTM or www.rollingwithmachine.com. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find it on the STM network. And if you are watching on YouTube, a like, comment, subscribe, whatever, drop it. That'd be great. Or if you're on the Twitch, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. But, we're always live Friday nights, generally 8:15 p.m. Central. We're running a little late tonight, but
8:15 Eastern.
8:15 Eastern. Yeah, sorry, it was 8:15 Central tonight. We are normally 7:15 p.m. Central on normal times. But as always, Scott, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate anybody watching this. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, buddy. Always a pleasure, man.
Alrighty, we'll see you next week.
All right, take care.